I was in Doha in October 7 morning. I was in Doha, and when I watched the news, what happening there in Gaza, immediately I realized that it's gonna be a harsh war against the people there in Gaza. So direct, I booked my ticket and I went to Gaza in the same day. So I have a ticket with October 7 date. I still have it and I put it on the frame because it's a turning point in the world, not just on my life, in the Palestinian case especially. And the first reason I don't think a lot about the risk I'm gonna face it there. If I'm gonna lose like my life, if gonna injured, if gonna stuck there. I wasn't thinking about this. The only worries it was in my mind if the border is closed before I enter to Gaza, or if they didn't allow me to enter to Gaza in that day. Why? Because يعني, I attend to the journalism, and I want to be a photojournalism, to be in the field in that day, not to watch it in the news. And this is my mission now. This is my job. So direct, I went to Gaza. I enter in 8th of October because we should fly to Egypt. Then from Egypt we need to go by car to Gaza. The second thing is like to be with my family also, because all my family is in Gaza, and to watch your family suffering, struggling far away, it's kill you every day like thousand time, and from like stress, worry, from like useless that you feel it, you cannot do anything for them. But when you be with them there, it's make you more comfortable because you can help them, you can bring food, you can like mm, يعني make sure they are fine, they're not too much worried out. And I know that the when I was go in my way to Gaza, I always like have in my mind there you gonna shot, you gonna killed, you gonna like injured maybe, because as a journalist, in Gaza we work in the front lines, we going in attacking area, we risking by our life just uh, to to capture the moment, just to deliver it, like the story. So I wasn't care about that reason. Why? Because uh, all of us we gonna die one time, because we are Muslims. We are like we believe that we gonna die, but you prefer you dying during like important thing you can do, like a journalism. You deliver it like the voice of victims there, and this is like the most thing you can do it in your life, and what's a beautiful end for your life. So we wasn't care about that. But after like and also after the weeks, they starting attacking the journalists, and now we are talking about more 250 of our colleagues who killed by Israel. Why? Because they are just carrying a camera, just they are covering the truth, deliver it to the world. And this is bothering the occupation. This is annoying them. This is make them like we are exposing to the world. That's why they attacking their families, they attacking their houses, they kill them, they push them in all of the ways just to stop what they are doing. But this is unfortunately they are idiot, because they are thinking we are gonna stop like what we are doing. But for these reasons we continue, because my colleagues, when he if my colleagues die, I need to tell his story, I need to continue his story, and all of us like this, because I'm gonna work to get his right, to get the justice for him, because all of us we know the journalism it's protected by international law, exceptional Gaza. and we felt in there we are a dangerous for people because they attacking us. So each where we are going there, we was scared about the people, about the families also. Yani I remember all of the journalists, they don't prefer to go to the houses. Why? Because they don't want to get the houses attacking, because the drones and the Israels, they waiting you to enter to the house and they bombing you and they killing you with your family. So that's why we prefer to stay away from our family just to protect them.
Speaking of families, a lot of journalists from Gaza that we've interacted with, we've spoken to, they tell us about how even the relationships with their families started to sour because some of their families told them, "You're putting us in danger. We might get killed. We'll definitely be targeted because of the kind of work that you do." How was your family, doing the kind of work that you do, knowing the dangers that it poses, and ultimately the spillage of the dangers to your family outside of what's already happening in the country?
So from the first day when I arrived, I wasn't tell my family I'm coming to Gaza on that day. But when my mom opened the door and she saw me, she shocked and she started crying because she know that I'm gonna be in the field and it will be dangerous and she will be worried about me all the time. And she asked me why you came, and I told her like I cannot let you suffering and I just like looking at you. So from that moment, of course, yani you have a family, you can you are caring a lot about them, about their lives. And to be a photojournalist in Gaza, it's you have a challenge. It's very difficult to make a balance between your job and your humanity side and your family. How you gonna cover and how you gonna like bring a food, bring a water, evacuate from like place to another place. It's very difficult. How if your son like get injured or sick, how you gonna go and help him? Also, always we have like the thinking that what if I'm while I'm covering the massacre, while I'm covering in the hospital, my family came, and it's happening with a lot of our colleagues, Muhammad Al-Alul, Mu'min Al-Shrafi, Wa'il Dahduh. A lot of my colleagues, they lost their family during their mission. So they, uh, after they was reporting about the people, they was reporting about themselves. So as a journalist, we became a part of the story, not like just deliver the story. No, always in the journalism, we stay far away from the story we covered. But now in Gaza, we became like the main part of the story when they attack your family, when you bury your family, and you going in the screen, and when you catching your camera and start again and again. For my family, our house was bombed in the first month of October, and I'm sure it was because of my job. And my mom, my sister, they got injured, but alhamdulillah they are fine now. And then we go back at the house after 2 weeks. We repair it as much as we can live in it. We put some blankets over it, and we live it. And after like 2 months, they also re-attacked the houses. Uh, and after we go from Khan Yunis to Rafah, they bombed it like immediately. So we lost our houses forever. And this is like one kind of the cost of your job, what the cost of your mission, of what you are doing. And uh, many of the journalists, they lose their limbs, they lose their kids, they lose their houses, offices, but no, yani none of them he stopped his mission. None of them he stay in his house and just like lift his camera or lift his mic. There is also a cameraman. I call our colleagues Samish Hada. Yeah, he lost his limbs and now he's also continue the coverage. He going with one leg and he's using his camera just to continue his job also. And this is the resistance that we are talking about. This is a type of resistance.
Um, just take us through, a day, of a journalist in Gaza. What does it look like? How do you respond to whatever that's happening? Because I think it's so difficult for someone here in South Africa or any other part of the world to visualize it. I think most of us are journalists here, especially in South Africa. You're just responding to a press statement, wherever you've been called, a protest. 99.9% of the time, nothing's going to happen to you, and you know what to expect. But from a journalist in Gaza's point of view, what goes through your mind? It's so hard, for anyone to, try and envision it. And I think we have a special opportunity having you here to give us those first accounts of what a day in the life of a journalist in Gaza looks and feels like.
Um, our day was starting from the hospital because from the first week of the war, we lost all of our offices as a journalist, and the occupation they forces the people and the media and all of the civilians who living in the north to go to south. So all of us like we became without offices. So this is the first challenge. Like where you gonna charge your equipment? Where you gonna like send your footage? Where you gonna make the editing for the photos or the videos you took it? So we started to work from like the cars. So always like going around, covering what happened and going to the car, making the edit and reaching to any like near cafe or like internet point there just to upload the footage, the images. So our day started from a tent. We put it in the hospitals and it became our offices and our houses. So we sleep like 10 or like 15 sometimes in one tent. All of us like colleagues, but different agencies, different offices in the hospital just to use the electric from the hospital to charge our equipment. So imagine yourself like while you're sleeping at 7 morning, 6 morning, you woke up at the screams of the people who are like injured, who are like coming to the farewell of their relatives because this happened each day. So we open our eyes on the between the bodies covering like the farewell of the martyrs. Then we're gonna go to the emergencies room to cover also the injured people who arrived to the hospital. Then we going to around to the houses it attacked in the last night. So because at night we cannot move. It's very risky. So after this, we go back to the hospital and the circle it's going again and again. So all of our days it's b- يعني between the hospitals, the bombed house, the uh, between the bodies, between like the tents for the like, displacement people there. So it's too heavy for us, and uh, each time like you became at the night like you are very exhausted. You cannot like do anything. But when you hear like the ambulance is coming or like you hear like a bombing, you cannot stay like sitting. You even if you don't have a power, you forces yourself to go to cover this because it's your job and it's your mission and all of this story it's very important, it's matter. Why? Because they are not just numbers. Each massacre should document, each like victim should also document. So we forced each other just to continue as much as we can, even if don't have a power. About also the the lack of food, the lack of water, it's affected us as a journalist, because sometimes you need to stand on a line for like hours just to bring some bread for your family, and in that period, in that time, there is a lot of things happened, and you are not there to cover this. So also this is, it's something it affect to you, because you should be your job is not just to bring food, and your job is to cover the massacre, to cover the bombing there. And in your health, in your mental health also, when you didn't sleep well, when you didn't like eat well, it's affected also to your work. So sometimes it's, يعني, you feel like you don't have a power to continue, you don't have a power. And in that period, the doctors, they gave us like a vitamins, they gave us like a medicine or a protein. It's like a chocolate or biscuits, because there was like a hunger. There was like there is no food. The border was closed at the first 3 months. So we was using like something just to give us a little power. Also, in the how can I say it? When you want to go to the toilet, you need like to wait maybe like 40 or 1 hour just to use the toilet, because all of more than from refugees and like journalists, they are living in this hospital now, and there is like just a few toilets, and each one he need like to use it. So it's also affected to your health, and also it's something wasting all of your much of your time, and a lot of small details. Yeah, and we can like mention it later.